Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. Desperate Josh Efird sends hopeful message to estranged wife, Pumpkin. Desperate Josh Efird is seemingly sending out a hopeful message to his estranged wife, Lauren Pumpkin Efird. The two filed for divorce on August 1st, 2024, but there have been a lot of unfortunate issues happening along the way. So what message is Josh sending to Pumpkin? Keep reading for more details. Desperate Josh Efird sends hopeful message to estranged wife, Pumpkin. When Josh Efird and Lauren Pumpkin Efird split, fans were surprised. They seemed happy and had 4 beautiful children together. More so, they really helped balance one another out after 9 years together and 6 years of marriage. The duo had been together through very hard times. These included Mama June's addiction and taking in Alana Honey Boo Boo Thompson to raise as one of their own. Then, in early 2023, Anna Cardwell was diagnosed with stage 4 adrenal carcinoma, and that ripped the family apart. Josh was incredibly worried about Pumpkin and her mental health. Since Josh and Pumpkin split, it has gotten strange. He was allegedly dating a pregnant woman named Keely, whereas Pumpkin started seeing Darren Kitchens. Darren happens to be Josh's cousin, and they may have been together before she split from Josh. More so, the affair could have caused the divorce. It then was revealed that Keely was having Darren's baby and she and Josh were just close friends. Now, Pumpkin and Darren are traveling and flaunting their romance here, there, and everywhere, but it appears Josh is not over it completely. He just reposted a heartbreaking TikTok. This was the first part of the reposted video, and it was just devastating to watch. Fans have been asking about Josh Efird and how Mama June can allow Pumpkin to flaunt her new man. They have even been calling Pumpkin June 2.0. The video ended with this sad message. Though Josh does not make any of his own videos, he does repost a lot, and the last 2 have been heartbreaking. He really cares about his wife and his family, and now from his posts, it feels like that has been ripped from him. I will not be watching anymore. It seems fake to me after the news that Pumpkin and Josh are divorcing. I cannot imagine either with anyone else. I don't think Keely is a good option for Josh if she doesn't even know who the baby father is. Find someone mature. Josh is too good for that mess. Seems to be anyway. Pumpkin is just like her mother, needs a man to keep her company or be with. Followers also felt June should use punctuation because this may have given some clarity, but also gave them a headache. In the end, hopefully Josh will find someone who makes him truly happy. This is very messy and not in a fun way. Josh Efird stared at the empty room, its silence pressing in on him. The walls, once adorned with family photos, now seemed to echo with memories of laughter, love, and the life they had built together. The emptiness mirrored the void in his heart, a void that had grown wider with each passing day since Lauren, better known as Pumpkin, had walked out the door. He had always thought of himself as a strong man, capable of holding everything together, but the past few months had tested him in ways he never anticipated. He could still remember the day Pumpkin had packed her bags, her face a mixture of anger, sadness, and resignation. They had been arguing more than ever before, small disagreements escalating into full-blown fights, each one chipping away at the foundation of their marriage, and then one day she had simply had enough. Josh couldn't forget the look in her eyes as she stood in the doorway, their daughter clinging to her leg. "I need space, Josh," she had said, her voice trembling with the weight of the decision. "We need space. This isn't healthy for us, for the kids. I need to figure out what I want, who I am outside of this. Outside of us." And with that, she had left. The door had closed softly behind her, but the sound had echoed in Josh's mind like the slamming of a gavel, delivering a verdict he wasn't ready to accept. Now, as he stood in their quiet home, Josh felt the weight of his mistakes more than ever. He had let pride and stubbornness drive a wedge between them, pushing her away instead of pulling her closer when things got tough. He had failed to see the signs, the late-night conversations that had dwindled to mere exchanges of pleasantries, the smiles that no longer reached her eyes, the way she had started to distance herself, physically and emotionally. In the weeks since she had left, Josh had gone through a roller coaster of emotions: anger, frustration, regret. He had replayed their arguments over and over in his mind, trying to figure out where they had gone wrong, and more importantly, how to make it right. He had considered calling her 1,000 times, but fear held him back. What if she didn't want to hear from him? What if she had already moved on? But the thought of losing her for good was unbearable. He had to do something, anything, to show her that he was willing to fight for their marriage, for their family. That's when the idea came to him. A letter, a message from his heart, something tangible that she could hold onto and read whenever she needed to be reminded of what they once had, and what they could still have. Josh sat down at the kitchen table, the same table where they had shared countless meals, laughed until their sides hurt, and made plans for their future. He pulled out a sheet of paper and a pen, his hand trembling slightly as he began to write. Pumpkin, he started, the nickname bringing a small smile to his face despite the sadness that weighed him down. I don't even know where to begin. There's so much I want to say, so much I need to say, and I'm afraid that I won't find the right words to express what's in my heart. But I'm going to try because you and our family mean more to me than anything in this world. He paused, staring at the words, and took a deep breath before continuing. I know I haven't been the best husband lately. I've let my frustrations get the better of me, and I've taken out my anger on you instead of working through it together. I've been so focused on everything that's wrong that I forgot to appreciate everything that's right. Everything that's beautiful about our life together. I'm sorry for that, Pumpkin. I'm sorry for all the times I made you feel like you weren't enough, when in reality you've always been more than enough. You've been my rock, my partner, and my best friend, and I've taken that for granted. As he wrote, Josh felt a tear slip down his cheek, quickly brushing it away. He had always prided himself on being tough, but this was different. This was about being honest, vulnerable, and willing to admit his faults. I miss you, Pumpkin. I miss the way you used to laugh at my stupid jokes, the way you'd snuggle up next to me on the couch, the way you'd always make everything better just by being there. I miss the sound of your voice, the way you used to hum when you were cooking dinner, the way you'd play with the kids and make them smile. I miss us, and I want us back. Josh's hand was shaking now, but he kept writing, the words pouring out of him as if they had been trapped inside for too long. I know we've both made mistakes, and I know it's going to take time to heal. But I'm willing to do whatever it takes to make things right between us. I'm willing to go to counseling, to talk about our issues, to work through our problems instead of running away from them. I want to be the husband you deserve, the father our kids deserve. I want to be the man you fell in love with again. He thought about. Josh put down the pen, reading over the letter as his heart pounded in his chest. He had laid everything on the line, poured out his soul onto that piece of paper. Now, all he could do was hope that it would be enough, that she would see how much she meant to him, and that she would be willing to take a chance on them again. He folded the letter carefully, placing it in an envelope. He wrote her name on the front in his best handwriting, then stared at it for a long moment before picking up his phone. His hands shook as he typed out a text message to her. I wrote you something, I'm leaving it in the mailbox. Please read it when you have a moment, it's important.